Alright, welcome to a new vinyl pickups video. Don't have as many records to show here. I have recently slowed down quite a bit with my record purchasing. Simply due to the fact that this hobby, vinyl record collecting, as a hobby now, is just really expensive. I can't afford it. Even though I have a really good source of income right now and very little bills to pay, so, well, you know, and I do have a few more on the way, and I do have brought back my record list. I did delete it, telling myself I wouldn't buy anymore, but I just can't seem to give up this hobby. I'm just gonna focus more on buying records that are not, you know, super rare or super expensive. I think I have most of the ones that I want when it comes to the rare ones. I think I might buy a few more, maybe 2 or 3 more, but the price is only going to go up and up, just like other hobbies like video game collecting. Some of the older games, certain titles that are really popular, really popular, high in demand, or rare, all go for, you know, decent prices. Records go for more money usually when they're rare, more rare, there's many different factors that come into that. Come into play when a seller is pricing their record, and I'll talk more about those in another video. I'll actually be making some collector's tips for record people just getting into buying records. I think that'd be a really helpful thing. So that's just for another video. I don't want to get too wrapped up in talking about all that, but yeah. So let's just get into this. Starting with the oldest, going to the newest. Here is an original Michael Jackson Thriller. This is all the way from Japan, and yes, it comes with the obi strip. I believe it came with a, what was it, paper sleeve. I think I replaced that with a oh man, it won't open. Here we go. Thankfully, the obi strip is the seller put it around the back end, or the top end of the gatefold there, so I can open it without ripping the darn thing. Comes on, yeah, 1 LP. Came with a plastic inner sleeve here. I'm just gonna keep this one, it's fine. You know, I do have the MoFi special sleeves, but I'll just keep this one. This one's good enough. It's probably not gonna scratch the disc, and it's just an amazing shape. I think I was able to play, I believe I played both sides, if not just the first side, probably. Let's see here, which side is Thriller on? No, maybe I did play. No, I played, yeah, side B. I think this is side B. No, all of side A, I'm sorry. Just to hear Thriller, and that sounded great. I mean, I kind of noticed, and it depends on what kind of needle you have and stylus and all that, and just the overall quality of a record player. But what I've noticed, at least with my record player, is on this particular album, the certain parts of the song sound better, but Thriller sounded better on CD in my opinion. But I do plan on upgrading my turntable, buying a new one, so I'm gonna do that for sure. But amazing album, well worth owning if you're into Michael Jackson. This record is pretty much flawless from what I can tell. And it does come with a booklet. I think it just has photos, or it's just a lyric sheet, some pictures here. It has his discography. Has lyrics in, I think, Japanese and English? Yes. Oh, maybe just Japanese. Let's see here. Really cool pictures from around the making of the album. Has a fold-out poster. That's really neat. Fold-out poster, which is the album cover, and then Michael Jackson in a red suit. Which, I wonder if that comes with the actual CD version. Yeah, it has, interestingly enough, track listing here comes out. And it just has Michael Jackson Thriller. It's a cheap piece of paper. Didn't really notice that at first, but this is well worth owning if you guys are into Michael Jackson. I'd recommend the original pressing if you can get it. I don't know how good the reissue sounds. There's been a few reissues of it, I believe. I didn't have time to check check on Discogs.com to actually confirm that of how many pressings this has had. But this is an original 1980s pressing. First, more than likely the first pressing in Japan. 1982 pressing. I'd recommend this. Or, you know, the CD sounds just fine. To me, anyways. But, all the way from Japan. Mastered by Bernie Grunman. And you know, if it's mastered by him, you know this album is gonna sound amazing. Probably do a second part to this video. Ran way over what I thought I would for this particular record. But yeah, I'd pick it up if I was you. If you have a few more things to show, probably, yeah, I'll have to make another part. I'm sorry, guys. Really wanted this just to be one part, but it's turned into a monster of a video. So, we will go on to the next record, which is a used copy of Nine Inch Nails with Teeth. I do have the CD of this. The CD sounds good, but once again, with this particular pressing, I think there's only one pressing of this with Teeth, I believe. Maybe there was two, maybe one for the USA and one for the UK, possibly. I'll have to check on that. Don't have any information on this one, amazingly. Maybe it just does two pressings or just one, I don't know. But it sounds amazing. Better than the CD. You're gonna have more, you're gonna hear more with this album than you would on the CD. Things just sound more defined, certain passages. Unfortunately, this copy on side A, I believe it was, yeah, side A, it doesn't play all the way through. It skips right towards almost at the end of the last song on here, which is a bummer. But I got this for a bargain through an Amazon seller. I was not about to pay, you know, $200 for a sealed copy of this. I'm just not willing to pay that much money for records anymore, you know. I paid more for some, but worth owning. Sounds amazing if you have a very good, you know, decent to high end or even mid grade sound setup and record player. So I would recommend this. I have yet to hear the dual disc edition of this album. I just have the standard Red Book CD edition, which sounds just fine. This is a English pressing of Frank Sinatra's "Come Fly With Me." Frank Sinatra with Billy May and his orchestra. One of Frank's best albums, in my opinion. You got songs like the title track, "Around the World," "Isle of Capri," "Moonlight in Vermont," "Autumn in New York." I think I can listen to this whole album through. I definitely will. But this is a 1960s pressing. I don't know if I already mentioned that. It says here, high fidelity recording from Capitol Records, which is now owned by Sony. Sony scooped up all the great labels, and I'll talk about that in a future video too. I did some research on that. But I like this album, the back of this album. It looks like a inside of a plane. You have a checkoff list here, flight log, and all that. Unfortunately, they didn't carry that over with the 1998 reissue to CD, and I'll talk about that more in another video. But great, just sounds amazing. They really mastered and mixed records really well back then. Wish they'd still do that today with every single record that's released. That'd be great. Yeah, I'll have to break it up to another part, unfortunately. Here's a 1998 pressing of Sublime's 40 Ounces to Freedom. I believe they used the original master tapes to cut this from, or to cut the disc. But you got songs like "Waiting for My Ruka," the title track, "Smoke Two Joints," "We're Only Gonna Die for Arrogance," which is edited. And there's some sound clips in there they took out from like some movies or something, I believe. Or maybe some songs, I don't remember. "Don't Push," "Bad Fish," you know, "New Thrash," "Live at Ease," "Chica Mi Tipo." Just great. "Right Back," "What Happened." I can listen to this whole album all the way through. Let's see you in part 2.